It's a decision so many moms have to make. Stay at home with the kids or continue to work outside the home.
She writes this: my kids think I did nothing. They saw me cooking, cleaning, driving, volunteering, and even writing, but they know what a job looks like, and they don't think I had one.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving.
One conflict that a lot of my peers have is, as women, is pressure to be successful in their career and run a household and manage the kids.
All the work that's done in the home is seen as not as important anymore, or at least not as a job. It's,
you know, if you're focused too much on the career, then you're a bad mom. And
the first question I had when I read it was, what do your kids think of this piece? You're basically saying, I'm sorry I raised you or spent too much time with you.
if you're focused too much on the kids, then you're not ambitious, or you're just sliding along at your job. And
if I chose to be a stay-at-home mom, you know, barefoot in the kitchen, pregnant, I would be shamed for that, because that's, you know, you're stupid. You're lazy.
I don't know, when I was growing up, my mom thought like doing housework was humiliating and horrible, and so she didn't do it and wanted to go back in the workforce because that made her feel like she was doing something worthwhile. She kind of left us to fend for ourselves in a lot of ways.
Tell me I'm pretty! Tell me I'm pretty! Tell me I'm pretty. You're pretty? Say it again! Every time I look at me, I turn myself on. I turn myself on.
As a woman, most women are expected to wear makeup and look a certain way that all the magazines tell you how to look.
I mean, it's an ideal that can never be totally met, first of all, and then if you are in a position where you're trying really hard to meet this ideal, then there can be backlash against it.
I think when you become really invested in your appearance, especially as a woman, and it's obvious, I think people perceive that as you wishing to have a lot of power, like you trying to be manipulative in some way.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
And I think that as women, because there is this kind of deficit of power on the part of women, we feel more pressure to like have power through our appearances, because that's a non-verbal way of claiming space and claiming belonging in a space.
But we have to always consume. We always have to buy into the next big thing. We always have to be unhappy with ourselves, because that at its root will drive you into buying the thing that will make you happy, making money to buy the thing that will ultimately make you happy.
The more insecure I am about what I'm doing and saying and thinking and feeling, the more I worry about my appearance. So it really is less to do with what I look like and more to do with like, how can I protect myself from feeling vulnerable?
Like, women don't want to like hide their bodies, but they don't want to only be judged by their bodies. So like, what do? Like, you're stuck with a body, right? In our, you know, as far as our biology is right now, or technology, you are required to have a body, but and you want to have control of that, but there's like, it's a minefield, you know.
This video is entitled The Top 10 Ways to Tell If She's a Hoe.
Ariana Grande is a whore, says Bette Midler.
And this episode is the slut edition.
Women who are in any way proactive in their own sexuality
are shamed for being sluts.
Right.
There's like the extreme sort of idea of like women as prudes, and then the other extreme, you know, women as whores.
In a lot of ways, it's like anything else, where if you're insecure and somebody else kind of submits to you, then you wonder what's wrong with them. If a woman has sex with you or with someone, all of a sudden they're not as desirable anymore because they submitted, and it's like, well, maybe there's something wrong with them that they actually agreed to do that.
Like, it just makes me feel like these girls have a lack of caring friends.
Where am I on that spectrum, and why is everyone telling me what I am and what I'm not? You know what I mean? So
I was only fulfilled on a physical level, and even then, not all the time, because I was afraid that if I said that wasn't very good, that I would be somehow shamed.
Stop being a hoe.
for a lot of women, it's a dance, you know?
For me, it was not fulfilling because I was being used only for my body, and I was not being challenged to be a better person.
Right.
Like, you open up a Cosmo magazine and it tells you, like, what to do and, like, what he really likes.
Right.
And just even having that idea of, like, him and her is, like, people are interchangeable and,
Right.
you know, it is a script and you have to know what the script is or else it's terrifying.
Right.